Sometimes, just the name of a place is enough to send chills down your spine. This was an island, but not for vacation, not for escape. It was a place of no return, a place where those who arrived either vanished into the sea or into themselves. But one night, 3 men disappeared, and to this day, no one truly knows what happened to them. If their plan succeeded, it would be the most unbelievable prison escape in history. Today, I will take you deep inside Alcatraz. This was not just a prison. It was a place where fear, hope, and mystery lived side by side. Just 2.4 kilometers off the coast of San Francisco, amidst cold and turbulent waters, lies a strange and isolated island. For many years, this island was known by a single name, Alcatraz. Not just an island, but the world's most famous, most feared, and most mysterious prison. Its name haunted the dreams of criminals. Being arrested was terrifying, but being sent to Alcatraz, that felt like a death sentence. Because the main rule here was simple. If you enter, there is no way out. From 1934 to 1963, Alcatraz operated as a federal prison. It was built by the US government specifically for the most dangerous inmates, those who couldn't be handled by other prisons. This was where the elite of the criminal world were sent. Mafia leaders, psychopathic killers, repeat escapees. One of the most famous names was Al Capone. Though he was the king of the Chicago Mafia, in Alcatraz he was just another prisoner. Even he was broken by the island. Capone reportedly exhibited unusual behavior here, even spending time playing musical instruments to pass the time. Alcatraz's architecture and security systems made it completely unique. Its 336 cells, thick concrete walls, steel doors, and ever-watchful guards all served a single purpose: total isolation and an escape-proof fortress. The water surrounding the island stayed between 10 to 12 degrees Celsius for most of the year. In this temperature, a person's body would freeze and shut down in just 20 minutes. Plus, the ocean currents were strong. Swimming to shore was extremely difficult, if not impossible. But no matter how impenetrable it seemed, the human mind always searches for a way out. In June of 1962, an event occurred that would change Alcatraz's history forever. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, John and Clarence, executed what might be the most famous prison escape in the world. They didn't rely on brute strength. They relied on intelligence, endurance, and patience. Their first move was to start digging into the walls behind their cells using spoons and makeshift tools. This effort took months, but it paid off. Behind the wall was a utility corridor filled with pipes, cables, and space to crawl. At night, they placed papier-mâché heads in their beds, crafted with soap, cardboard, and real human hair, so guards wouldn't notice their absence. And on the night of June 11th, 1962, the plan was set in motion. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers slipped through the vent shafts, climbed down from the roof, and entered the water on a makeshift raft they had constructed using stolen raincoats and other materials. From that night on, they vanished. Authorities claimed they had drowned, but not everyone was convinced. No bodies were ever found. For years, their family received mysterious letters, one even signed by Clarence Anglin, in which he allegedly wrote that he was alive but tired of hiding. In 2018, the FBI officially closed the case, yet doubts remain. Some believe the men made it to Mexico and started new lives. Others are sure they perished in the freezing bay. The truth remains unknown to this day. Alcatraz was not only harsh physically, its psychological pressure was even more terrifying. Prisoners could go days without being allowed to speak. Except for certain days of the week, silence was mandatory. The cells were so narrow, a man could barely stretch out. During the day, inmates were required to stay in place, silent, still, and obedient. In this isolation, many prisoners mentally collapsed. Several inmates suffered psychological breakdowns inside Alcatraz. One account tells of an inmate in cell 14 who claimed that an invisible presence was trying to choke him during the night. The next day, he was found dead. Even some guards admitted to hearing strange noises at night. Over time, Alcatraz earned another nickname, the Cursed Prison. In 1963, due to high costs and structural problems, the prison was officially closed, but that didn't mean its story was over. On the contrary, Alcatraz became a symbol, the impossibility of escape, the infamous criminals it held, the mysterious deaths and unsolved secrets. It all turned Alcatraz into a legendary place. Today, Alcatraz is one of the most visited historic sites in the United States. Thousands of people travel to the island to see those cells, those narrow corridors, and the infamous escape route. Maybe the echoes of long-forgotten screams still linger in the air. Maybe beneath the waves, the silence still holds its secrets. Alcatraz is remembered not only for its steel doors and cold walls, but for the human dramas lived within them. On this island, not just criminals, but fear, despair, and sometimes even hope were imprisoned. Every cell tells a story. Every step carries traces of the past. Tourists walking its halls sometimes report a strange chill in the air. Alcatraz, just hearing the name is enough to stir the imagination. A place that hides the secrets of the past, and its legend still lives on.